Before the move, Athena and I had so many questions surrounding this new life. For me, many of them were specific to Nevada. In our area of the country, Arizona is the hotbed for homesteaders. And while there are plenty of channels chronicling journeys there, information on off-gridding in the Silver State was slim.
Okay. Question one is, what's the master plan of the property?
Our forever home?
Yeah.
And a place for our family.
Yeah.
Have enough space that if family needs to come, we have the room. And this is ultimately, I think we joke around about, and we were going to bury each other under a tree.
Yeah.
You know, like this is like the forever home, you know?
You know, the master plan is eventually to have a house up on Tetons. It was going to be up here where we're at now on House Hill, but we own way more of Tetons than we do House Hill. So Tetons is going to be where we build the forever home. We're thinking like a barn dominium kit, something bigger, maybe a little bespoke. I know you can kind of tailor them a little bit, but that's the plan with the house. With the rest of the property, I know that there's a couple ponds that we would like to do. There's a smaller one up on Tetons, maybe two smaller ones that kind of interconnect on Tetons. They have a water feature there, and then a larger pond that we would like to stock so that we can fish that pond and maybe share it with the Green Saddle community so that they can fish that pond, something kind of sizable. Over here, back towards, you probably can't even see it on camera, but I'll try to cut to it. Back towards the area of the property that's down near the creek, we want to do a kind of a great hall, and that'll be where we host events and holidays and family gatherings and things like that.
We want to have a pretty good sized garden, and like a small orchard so that we can grow our own fruits and vegetables and things like that.
Yeah.
Definitely get more trees up around the property.
More trees. We've talked about kind of having a path that goes through the property. That's kind of a walking path that takes you through different sections and has different comfortable nooks and scenic areas. And
nice place you can sit here.
Rest stops.
Nice place you can sit there. Yeah.
I'd really like eventually to be able to get lost on the property. You know, all the things that I think about with having a dream house are like a nice yard for the dogs.
An outdoor kitchen.
A cool area to have people over, you know, like
a beautiful garden.
Yeah.
I mean, even as it is, being here, the house is something that we like escape to at night once we're done. And so it's funny because when we did first get by this, the house seemed so important.
Yeah.
And now it keeps falling like
further and further.
Like, we want a nice, comfortable house to live in, but it's not, when you're living in a city like Vegas, your home and the house, the structure itself is so important because that is your space.
Right.
And
you're not going to get a yard.
Right. And now all this is our space.
Yeah.
And the house is like, that's where I sleep. It's where we'll cook meals, Now it's like, what cool things can we do out here?
Yeah, and we've got so many ideas for different things. It'll be interesting even for us to see what ends up
actually happening,
making the cut.
Yeah.
and what doesn't.
I know, there's a long list.
There is.
Yeah.
And the list keeps growing because every week it's like, oh, what would be cool over here? Oh, what would be cool over there?
Oh, yeah.
It's an ongoing project, and I'm sure it will continue to be an ongoing project. Athena and I joke that we've got maybe a couple decades in us left of hard labor.
A couple decades.
I know.
That's
maybe
generous.
a decade. In 10 years, I think it's the same kind of answer.
Yeah, I would say hopefully in 2 years for me, we're at least well into our first year of the garden, saving up money for the house. Hopefully in 5 years, we're already breaking ground on the big house.
Yeah.
And then hopefully in 10 years, hopefully all the hard work is done.
Yeah.
And the projects that we're doing then are the more fun projects that we look forward to doing. Hopefully year 10, we're like building studios and working in workshops and doing the fun projects.
Yeah, I'm hoping year 10 is less about infrastructure.
Yeah.
And more about creating the things that the infrastructure requires. Like, we needed the infrastructure in place to be able to do these things, and that's where we're at in 10 years. Everything up until then is going to be creating the environment to allow us to do those things.
Because ultimately, we're both makers.
Yeah.
At the core of it, and so in 10 years, hopefully, we are making, doing the things we want to do.
Somebody asked, a couple of people asked, what kind of animals we eventually want to have here.
That's an interesting question. I think at most I would do chickens. I always jokingly say I didn't come out here to be a farmer. I came out here to be a bohemian artist. But we will most likely have chickens at one point, possibly next year, maybe year 2. What about you?
Originally, I think we thought about maybe doing a few different animals, but right now we've decided chickens are kind of the one animal that we know that we're most likely going to get. Eggs and having access to chicken. You know, a lot of people around here have talked about goats being easy, but I don't want to eat goat. I don't want to drink goat milk. I don't know about goat cheese.
I'm in the same boat as you. I mean, we talked about it. We agreed on chickens, but we didn't really want to invest in raising animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more about gardening, having a couple chickens for eggs, and not really a lot of livestock.
Yeah, you know, the farmers around here too, from what we've seen, all offer direct that you can buy half a cow or half a pig,
quarter cow,
and that's
whatever.
You know, that's a few hundred pounds of meat. So chickens, probably a dog or 2 in the future.
A new one.
Yeah. You know, we were high and low on these cats. We thought we had an infestation of mice, and it kind of turns out we had a mouse, and we caught it and sent it to mouse heaven, and and now we haven't seen the mice again.
We haven't seen any evidence of any more mice.
Yeah. Okay, so that's animals. Probably not so many.
Yeah.
Why so big? Why do we want 40 acres?
I mean, you know, that's a lot of what was up for offer.
Yeah.
A lot of 40-acre plots.
Yeah, you know, when we talked about what we wanted out of the property, both of our families are very blue collar.
Right. We're poor kids.
Yeah, we grew up kind of poor. We wanted a safety net.
Yeah.
Something that we could start pouring money and time and resources into.
Yeah.
That we knew would be a catch-all for if somebody was getting ready to retire and was instead going to have to become a Walmart greeter. We could say, no, take your retirement, come out here.
Yeah.
And
build yourself a little house.
Build yourself a little house and enjoy the rest of your life. And even beyond just our parents and stuff like that, for us. So rather than driving off of that cliff and hoping for a parachute, we figured we'd try something else, do something different. And this is definitely something different. But, you know, I'm only 3 months in, and I think this was absolutely the right choice.
You know, we're building a life that, you know, the reason the big house isn't coming in 5 years is because we're going to work and save up the money so that we're building a life so that our monthly bills are as low as they can be. So yeah, we don't have that cliff like coming towards us. We're building towards the golden years, the retirement
Yeah,
years, the
yeah.
settling in. And
Right.
we want that for the people, and that's why it's so big. We want that for the people ahead of us
Yeah.
that need it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the parachute for everybody we care about. It's there if they need it.
Yeah.
You know, just like the safety net.
We have the space if it's needed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's there if we need it. And that's why we went so big, is to have room to catch anybody who needs to be caught. Okay. A lot of questions about the creek. If the creek's on property, what are our water rights with the creek, and kind of what can we do with it?
Portion of the creek is on property. Cuts through the northwest corner.
The northwest corner, I think 2 or 3 acres it cuts through.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, about that. We have no rights. It's a lovely spot to go and hang out when there's water and
Yeah.
let the dogs play, and I walk in it. It's great.
The thing about the creek that we didn't know kind of coming in, when the creek is in full swing, not when it's in its downtime like this next couple of months, but when it's normal, all the excess that isn't being caught by Golconda flows downstream from us, and then a good 2 acres outside of the property, there is a man-made T that trenches left and right off of the Pole Creek.
Goes to farms, right?
That goes to the farms, yeah. For us, the creek is more of an aesthetic amenity.
Yeah.
It's something that we can take the dogs down to and walk around, and
It's real pretty down there.
it's real pretty.
A
It's
lot
usually
of cool wildlife.
cool wildlife. It's
Yeah.
usually a few degrees cooler.
The cows love it. down
Cows
there.
love it. Yeah, the dogs love it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of something that everybody kind of enjoys. I don't really have any desire to mess with it.
Yeah.
I would like to get a couple trees around that area just to
Like while we're down there to have some like shade.
somewhere
yeah.
to sit under, maybe
Let's-
a picnic bench
yeah.
or something. But
Yeah, nothing like things are like do things around it, but we're not doing anything to it. It's
Yeah.
it's a bit of nature that belongs
Yeah.
to nature and will stay the way it is.
the power lines on property.
Ah, the power line.
Yeah, people want to know why we didn't
Right.
just tap into the 2 power lines that are on our property.
I think there's technically 3 that actually.
Oh, is that one there? At ours?
Yeah, across the way. I think there's technically 3 that fall on the property. We actually bought the property with the idea that we were going to be able to tap into it because it was listed as having power.
Yeah.
When we got a quote from
MVP.
NV Energy,
Maybe others, yeah.
and when the quote came back, it was it $67,000?
It was 68.
$68,000. And when I questioned it, I was like, why is this so much? And they were telling me they had to drop like 12 poles and a transistor for X amount of poles. And I said, we have, poles right on the property. And what we were told is those aren't the type of poles that you can tap into. Those aren't for residents. They're for only transmitting. Was that correct?
The voltage that they're carrying is very high. So
Yeah.
high that you cannot tap into it to run into residential. They would instead have to go
What was the closest?
kind of all the way up to Golconda and run poles back to our property in order to get us the correct power. When we saw the ad for the property, it was like water,
Yeah,
on
water,
property, power on property. They touted it as being ready to tie into the grid. And so coming out here, our intentions were, let's price out tapping into Nevada Energy. And if it's cheaper to do that than it is to buy solar, then we'll do that first and work our way up towards solar.
Yeah, solar was always a goal, regardless.
Yeah.
It was going to be, off-grid was the goal regardless.
Yeah.
it was the idea that we might have had to step up to like quickly have power.
Right.
Because we were like, if it falls in under X amount of thousands of dollars,
Right.
we'll tap onto the grid for power.
Yeah. And we had the same intention with the water.
Mhm.
They were like, oh, water runs through the property. And we thought, okay, well, we know digging a well is going to cost us quite a bit of money. Let's see what it costs to tap into the water. But the water that runs into the property isn't something we can tap into either.
It's the same as the power. It's for transferring
It's
it.
for
too.
transfer,
It's
yeah.
like, yeah, this power is to get those lines are to transfer power to Winnemucca.
And the pipe is to transfer water to Golconda,
yeah.
so not something that we can tap into. So it forced our hand, and we're all the better for it.
Yeah.
I love the fact that our well ended up being as good as it ended up being. Even the water quality is so good. I've drank more water than I normally drink.
That's
and
for sure.
even with solar, now that solar's running, it's really gratifying to have things running and know that we're not paying.
So now we own that. We own these utilities. We
Yeah.
don't pay a monthly bill. We own them straight out.
Yeah.
And the investment in solar was a fraction of what they were going to recharge us.
Okay, so our greenhouse plans. What do we plan to do with the greenhouses?
One of the medium-sized ones is which is the smallest ones we have, is going to be a greenhouse.
Yeah, we're going to use one as an actual greenhouse.
And the rest of them is, honestly, we took that salvage for materials so that we could build other things. Like, they're good frameworks, like they're bones for structures.
Yeah, the large one is 30 feet or 40 feet. I think it's 30 feet.
It's 30 by 100?
By 100 feet. So
yeah.
very big.
Yeah.
Not something that we plan to keep as a greenhouse. That's going to be... we've talked about a myriad of things. It could be the base of a workshop.
Mm-hmm.
We can clad it in something else. It can be used to house the RV. The RV
overhang
needs
for the
a cover
yeah,
to
for
get
the
it out of the
trailer.
direct sun. Just a bunch of things. And then the one that is going to be a greenhouse, I want to half sink
Oh, yeah.
into the side of the hill, and that'll give it some protection from the wind. And then it's going to really be the tie downs and the bracing that we use will be hurricane proof, to make sure that it is able to withstand the Golconda winds, which are their own animal.
They really are.
It is.
Yeah.
When I first got here, and the wind would kick things up or grab some of our plastic sheets and toss them all over the property, I would curse the wind. You know, I would curse nature for ruining my day. And now, if I see the wind come through and a dust devil runs through and picks up something that was loose and hucks it an acre or two, I'm like, that's on me.
Yeah, we
You
know better.
yeah, I guess I should have known better. That's
Yeah.
a great lesson. Thank you for teaching me.
Yeah.
I will make sure to do better in the future. And the greenhouses, so all that is to say that when we do go to put up the greenhouse, we know that it needs to be secure and with redundancies to make sure that the wind is not throwing that thing.
And then burying it too, like partway into the
Halfway
hill,
burying
will
it,
give
yeah.
us like a nice
Buffer.
no, I was gonna say the consistency of the temperature and stuff.
Oh.
Like it'll just be nicer for it.
It'll modulate the
Yeah.
or